For Spider-Man Homecoming, I would give it a rating of a 7 out of 10 because it was a pretty good movie of introducing Tom Holland as Spider-Man, but I thought it was a little boring at some parts. But overall, it was a pretty decent movie. For box office money, it made $880.2 million worldwide, $334.2 million in domestic, U.S. and Canada, and $545.9 million in international markets. Now, the scene that I liked the most from Spider-Man Homecoming was the scene between the Vulture and Spider-Man. That big fight scene on the beach, that was a really good fight scene. Iron Man wasn't involved, but I thought the fight scene was really good. I thought it was cool that we saw a villain who was never really from any other movies. He was from the comics, fighting Spider-Man. And as we know, Vulture was carrying very dangerous weapons. So Spider-Man had to stop him, and he got sent to jail. For Spider-Man Far From Home, I would give it a 9 out of 10 because I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was a much better movie than the first one. I liked how Spider-Man got to travel to different countries in Europe, such as like London, and I forget where else they went. Paris, maybe. The Eiffel Tower. Anyway, for box office money, for global gross, it was $1.132 billion. It earned $390.5 million in domestic market and $741.4 million internationally. For the scene in Spider-Man Far From Home, my favorite scene was, again, another fight scene. It was Mysterio fighting Spider-Man. We first see Mysterio as this hero wanting to help Peter save the world from these anomalies that were created by drones, which were created by him. We also found out that he worked for Stark, and Stark threw him away. So he wanted to get back at Stark, but Stark had died in Endgame. So Peter, finding out after the fact that he had given the glasses to Mysterio, Peter realized that he had to fight Mysterio and take him out, even though he thought Mysterio was a good person. It turns out in the end that he wasn't, and as we know in the post-credit scene, Mysterio reveals on the big screen camera who Spider-Man is. For Spider-Man No Way Home, I'd give it a 10 out of 10 because I really liked the movie. I liked how they brought the other two Spider-Mans in from Sony, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, and brought in all the main villains. Dr. Octavius, Green Goblin, Sandman, Electro, and the Lizard guy. For box office money, worldwide gross was over $1.921 billion. That holds the record for the highest grossing Spider-Man film ever. Domestic gross was $114,866,759. It is the third highest grossing film domestically of all time, and it also was the second biggest opening of all time in Hollywood. Finally, for Spider-Man No Way Home, my favorite scene is when the three Spider-Mans, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland, all fight the main villains in the movie. Octavius, Goblin, Sandman, Lizard guy, and the Electric guy. I thought that whole battle scene in New York near the Statue of Liberty was really good. And as we know at the end, Doctor Strange makes a new spell, sends them all back, and then everyone forgets who Peter Parker is. And as we know, Goblin killed his aunt and his girlfriend and friend Ned forget who he is. Well, yeah, that fight scene was one of the best fight scenes in the movie. Well, it was the only fight scene in the movie, but I thought that movie was just really good, and that was one of the best scenes in the movie overall.